T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
We are alive. Let's go into the comments here. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is December the 30th. We've got ourselves a great show on hand for you tonight. Gotta let you know, the year in review, the year that was. Welcome to the TikTok people. Welcome to the over here on the Facebook, YouTube, and such. It is 6 o'clock Eastern time, 7:30 Newfoundland time. Let's join in, shall we? Sing 74 joined in. Good evening, Jeremy James. If you're on the TikTok side, you are in the behind the scenes. So I'm in the studio here in Kitchener, Ontario, Canada. The music is all about Newfoundland music, and what we're doing is playing it here in Ontario. So you're in the behind the scenes. If you want to listen to the music side of it, ckwr.com is where you want to go. What's going on, Jeremy? How are things down home, my friend? All right, so we are good to go. Marion, good evening again from Riverhead. It is good to hear. It is so good to hear. Again, guys, smash that like button. If you guys are in the behind the scenes, we get to chat with each other on the music on over here to this side, right up here. I got the Facebook and the TikTok and the YouTube opening. You're on the TikTok side of things. Going to have a great show. The year in review. 2024 is pretty much done. How cool is that? We're going to feature all the New Music Monday tracks that were on the show from January until May. This is only part one. And then next week, we're going to do part two from June to December. There's just way too much music. 324 songs have been uploaded that I played over the 52 weeks. 324 freaking tracks. It was crazy. Over 270 new musicians, singer-songwriters I featured on the show. Glenn Royal, what's going on, my buddy? Yeah, so needless to say, it is going to be a hell of a show. I'm really excited to get to talk about it. And, you know, it's always good to kind of rehash what went on in the year that was, so to speak. Well, good evening, Newfoundlanders and those who wish to be. It is I, Dean Clark, on a show called Jigs Reels Radio KW from here in Kitchener, Ontario, Canada. It is December 30th, 2024. It is the last Monday of 2024. 2 more days and rent is due. Don't forget to pay that rent if it's coming out on the 1st. We got a great show for you on hand tonight. The behind the scenes is blowing up. Facebook, YouTube, the talk of the tech. We got Travis Daw on. Welcome, buddy. 2024 was a whirlwind of a year. Was in Newfoundland 3 times. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the fact that Jigs Reels Radio KW on January the 3rd will celebrate its 3rd year. Second time around, that is. Jigs Reels Radio KW 2.0, so to speak. So technically, it's been 23 years. The show has been on the air. However, it has been 3 years since the resurrection of the show. And in 2024, I cannot believe, as I counted out the songs for the recap, I have to split it up into 2 shows. 2 hours just is not going to do it. So I need to do it in 4 hours, but then that's not even going to be able to do it. 324 songs have been played on the New Music Mondays, starting on January the 1st is when I hit the air of 2024. and 24 songs. Over 270 musicians have been featured on the New Music Monday, whether it was a debut, whether it was, new music, or whether it's the very first time I actually had them on the air. That is what it is. Over 270 new musicians. Tell me, who else is doing it? I think if there is, good for them. But that is what I'm here for. That is what I'm here for, ladies and gentlemen. It is not for me doing this and this and that. It is for me promoting Newfoundland music. I preach it. I stand on the soapbox. I cannot stress it enough. I will stand on a mountaintop and scream it from above. Jigs Reels Radio KW will always promote Newfoundland music and its culture all the way here, 2,700 freaking kilometers away in Kitchener-Waterloo, Ontario. Let's begin, shall we? January saw a full slate of new music. We're going to begin with the first show. I had an interview with Mr. Derek Strang, who was, of course, the man behind Pharaoh's music. On that show, for the New Music Monday, I had Brad Farrell and a song called She's My Girl. 2 tracks from Jeremy Dix, It's Not Me, It's You, to Where You Are, the Josh Groban cover. Al Warren, Keep the Beer Cold, yum, yum, yum. Old Man from Kevin Hoddenot, Without Me from This Day. And this song that I'm going to play for you right now from my guy, Mr. Riley Meadus, song is called Growing Up. The year it was 2024 from January 1st. Riley Meadus, Growing Up. Jigs Reels Radio KW. Down on the horizon. Yeah, buddy. Jim Shanahan, what's going on? My brother from another mother, Bert Percy, Leo Wall. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, man, this is a crazy show. This is a crazy show. Merry Christmas to you as well, my friend. Happy New Year. And with that said, let's crack a can, shall we? Oh, I'm in a really good mood tonight. I'm in a really good mood. I haven't even tried this yet. Yes. We need more music from this mother. Randy Travers. I'm down, bow. This thing called growing up, beating at me like a dog on a bone. There's so much I gotta know. That shit. Only time that I find my feet is when I'm all alone. This is where I had to go through everything. Man, I'll tell you, it was a pain in the ass. Because in all honesty, Steven, what's going on, big dog? Priscilla, Merry Christmas. I haven't talked to you in a while. Brown Chris, I wish I could do because it is the year in review. So even though the Navigators didn't release anything this year, so it's the year in review, Chris Brown, I will in a later bit. Samantha, have a great show. It's going to be a great show, Samantha. Hope you're going to stick around. Because it's going to be an awesome show. It is the year in review, so I'll tell you, you're going to hear stuff you may not heard. I know, right? Buddy, how long did it take me to get Randy Travers? And I'm happy he is on the hook for the show, man. Good to have you on, by the way, Mr. Daw. I haven't talked to you in a while. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope Santa was good to you all, by the way. Oh, and the jabs begin. And the jabs begin. Oh, man, I'll tell you. 2025 is going to be something special. Big announcements next Monday night. The rain we had. So they changed the studio around again. So they have the one mouse on this side and the other mouse on this side. So I feel like I gotta lean across here and get this in. Now I gotta do this and climb up to here and then get this song, click on this and open with this. This was very shocking, by the way. And you know what? I really enjoy this because it gives me a chance to go back and listen to the music that we ended up playing, right? This is Jason Gill. Oh. Like this is a track from Jason Gill. And you know, I'll tell you, I appreciate that, Mr. Daw. Man, it doesn't matter where I am, the show goes on. It doesn't matter. I could be in Newfoundland, but I'm glad I'm in Ontario because people were telling me not long ago that if I was actually in Newfoundland, it would take away from the specialness, I guess, from it being a show about like being special. Do you know what I mean? So it's good that I'm in Ontario, but yeah, I'd love to be in Newfoundland. Oh, you got to tell him, Chris. Glad you know, man. I've met him once. Good guy. Oh, my drink. Oh, yeah. Pepsi or Coke? Nah, man, this is a Red Bull. Hey, Robbie Jordan, Happy New Year to you too. Fitz Bump. Oh, so you know his dad, Mr. Gill. That's what happens with those at the hello, Nan Grumps. Over on the opposite side, I got my girl from New Zealand. It is 12:10 in the afternoon on the 31st, where they get to celebrate New Year's Eve first. So, Nan Grumps, I want to wish you a very happy New Year before the rest of us see it. Of course, Canada, we all know which province gets to bring in New Year's Eve, right? That's right. Peter, I wish I can. I might. You never know. It is a recap of 2024 there, Peter. So you hold that request until 2 weeks, not next week, but the week after. Oh, I heard that this afternoon, Chris, on the online station on Jigs Reels Radio KW on Live 365. Yes, that is a definite one. Don't worry. Jimmy Shanahan, I tell you, gets a lot of airplay. Jimmy's a good shit. Had him at the Jam on the Rock last year. Tune in next Monday for some huge news, some big news, ladies and gentlemen, next Monday night. Bow, 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 bow. With gasoline. Bow, bow. Oh, I can imagine. That's all. Jimmy's okay. It'll go to his head, Peter. Simmer down. Simmer down. He's listening. He's watching. Jigs and Reels Radio KW on MIX985. Jason Gill. That's right. From the second week of January, the second Monday on our new Music Monday. Hello, Tammy Daryl Dutcher. Tammy Daryl Dutcher, who does a lot of lives on Facebook. You follow her. She is absolutely an amazing Newfoundland country musician, so to speak. She's wonderful, and I'm looking forward to new music from her in 2025. She's on the behind the scenes, just like Peter Murray, just like Lonzo Glover. And then over on the TikTok side, I got Mr. Robbie Jordan, Chris Brown on the other side as well. So again, the behind the scenes is going nuts. Spread the word, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're on the behind the scenes, you see that I got my Rogues jersey on. They took 2 over the weekend. We're going to find out who the player of the week is coming up shortly as well. I've got my Miami Dolphins hat. Why? Well, because the Miami Dolphins took a big win yesterday as well. Will they make the playoffs? You know what? They'll make the playoffs as much as the Leafs will. Or I shouldn't say that. They may not make the playoffs, but we all know that the Leafs will get knocked out in the first round. Just saying. I am just saying. I hope you guys had yourself a great Christmas. Speaking of the Leafs, Dana and I, if you saw, we went over to across the border to Detroit and took on the Leafs game over on the American side. And you know what? Driving across was actually really easy. Well, there was a lineup at the Sarnia border. And then we drove into Detroit at Little Caesars Arena. Great game, 5-2 final score. Marner netted 3 for a hat trick. And I was always wondering, I asked this to Dana because you know that all of a sudden you sit there and you go, okay, they announced that you can't throw anything on the ice, blah, blah, blah. However, if somebody scores a hat trick, look at all the hats on the ice. So do they get ejected too? Or is that part of the game? And you're like, oh, okay, no, you can sit down and you can read. So I'm assuming that obviously they're not going to get kicked out because, you know, it's a good thing. I don't know. Never thought about that. Next time somebody scores a single goal, I'm just going to throw a hat on the ice and say, here, good luck, man. Get to 3 because you've already got my hat. I would never throw a hat on the ice. I like my hats. I've never, ever thrown a hat on the ice. I'm like, no, I spent $50 on this hat. There's no way I'm throwing it on the ice for them to just take it and ditch it. Nope, not going to happen. 6:15 here on this Monday, December 30th. It is the recap of 2024 here on Jigs Reels. And if you're on the behind the scenes, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year to you all. Jason Gill and Gasoline. And of course, we heard Growing Up from Riley. Meet Us. That was January 8th. Also in that New Music Monday, we had Dino Reed, Jesse Smith, Linda Dwyer, and we also had Desmond and Lloyd Snow. They started a group called Sons of Lloyd. We had 5 tracks in that one. Then, if we want to go to this next one, we're going to move into January. See, this is where I got to scroll, because I, let's go down here. Where are we here? This was in January the 15th. Let's take a look at what New Music Monday was on this one. We also had Alan Trainer, song about the mighty Titanic. Another Jason Gill track. He sent another one in. Every Red Light was that one. Ralph Knight with Rodeo Cowboy. And then we had this one. Not only did we interview Silly Cove Record A&R dude, Mr. Ryan Gates, and we also had Samantha Locke on there from the Newfoundland Business Network the week before, but we also got this song from the teen phenom who I said is going to win herself a Juno. One of my favorite tracks, Summer Bennett and Just a Phase. Oh, man. I am like super pumped tonight. Because, again, I'm looking through all this stuff and, you did hear, Chris, that one of the QMHL teams is going to be moving to Newfoundland, right? So they're going to get which I think is fantastic because I'm in Kitchener and we have the Kitchener Rangers, which are OHL. So you got the W, you got the Q, and then you got the OHL, which will be fighting for the Memorial Cup. I think that's huge for Newfoundland. Richard Dewey, I know who you are from the Band of Brothers. Welcome, my friend Daniel Reed. May I be happy New Year to you all. When this came out, this was completely different of what we were used to. Do you remember that? When this song came out again, I don't listen to any of the songs. We all know that. So when the very first time I heard this, I'm like, oh, it is so going on my gym mix. So going on my gym mix. Oh, I bet you are, Chris. Do you get a chance to check out any of the basketball at all? Ow, 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 ow. Tonight is just going to fly by. Oh. See, I'm a huge hockey fan. I coached hockey for 20 years. And Mr. Crew, what's going on, brother? We just got to get Stoner on here. Message Stoner. Tell her to get her arse on here. I can't play basketball. I love watching the game. But I wish I could play the game because I think it's so fast-paced. It's non-stop action, but yeah. I fell in love with basketball when I saw the KW Titans take on, what was it, the Sudbury Five like 3 years ago. Jess from Petty Harbor. Hey, please tell me you've gone to visit that new restaurant in Petty Harbor. Please tell me you've gone to it, Jess, because I'm planning on visiting that and spending a lot of money on that when I'm home in March. The food looks so good. Well, listen, you tell them that you've just chimed into Dean Clark on Jigs and Reels Radio from here in Ontario. And because I follow him and we follow each other. And yep.
Music on CKWR.
Yeah, tell them you've tuned in. Oh, really? See, I saw that the other day, and I was looking at the burger as well. Jeremy, I would so agree, brother. Paul Bump. I got Paul Bump over on the other side here, Jess, on Facebook. Paul Bump is from West Virginia, and he's been through Petty Harbor. What up from Alberta? Billy, what's going on? I got Billy from Alberta. Where in Alberta, brother? Where in Alberta, brother? Say that 10 times fast. Chris is about a half an hour. Chris Brown. No relation to the musician, I'm sure. Listen to this. Come on.
Sounds around here, you never really know what you're gonna hear. It ain't always nice, it ain't always pretty. It ain't Tom Petty, downtown, whoa. Downtown, whoa. Downtown, whoa.
Camrose. I got you, big dog. Sharks from Camrose. I got family. Actually, it was funny enough. I just heard from my cousin who I haven't heard in forever in Grand Prairie. I got to make my way out west sometime soon, man. So, Paulie, are you coming down in March or are you waiting until August to come down? I never thought of that, Jeremy. Whoa. Downtown, whoa. I remember when he released this song, Favorite Navigator song. Dude, there are so many obviously, The Islander is one of my favorites. What's up, Johnny? All right, buddy. I'm holding you to that, Paulie. There's nothing going on, man. What you gonna hear? Norwegian Wood, though. I love the rendition that they did of Norwegian Wood. It's downtown, whoa, downtown. Sandra Langer. Sandra Langer from the big metropolis of Hearts Desire. How are you, Sandra? Downtown. As do I. He's a big dude, man. Jigs Reels Radio KW on MIX985. That is not only Andrew Rogers, but he's with Nick Earl, the guitar virtuoso himself. Man, that guy makes the guitar sing like there's none other instrument he can touch. Like, if you've ever had a chance to watch Nick Earl live, that guy, what's up, Ty Sims? Ty Sims is on the Facebook side of things. Nick Earl can make that guitar play on its own. He breathes so much life in playing that guitar. It is unreal. Andrew Rogers, Nick Earl doing a song called Downtown. Andrew Rogers released that song Downtown, and I interviewed Andrew Rogers on February 5th, just ahead of his debut album, and we talked about it. And it was funny when I talked to Nick Earl a little later on, we were talking about who wrote the song. And I think the jury is still out. They can't decide on who actually came up with the song. But together, they knock it out of the park. That is taken from the January 21st week of new music. Barry Fitzpatrick was also part of that. My good friend, Francie Barrett, Jamie Young, Jesse Smith, Maria Cherwick and Jockey Club, Quote the Raven, Renee Marquis, and the road in there as well, Andrew Rogers and Nick Earl. And if we go back a week, let's see here. This is, I got to do this. Hold on now. That's what was it? That was that would have been January. Well, no, we're going to move into the 28th now because I'm going to play a couple of songs on this one. So we also had, by the way, the young phenom Summer Bennett, interviewed her on January 22nd. Now, when we move into January 28th, Chris Brown is talking about the whole stuff about the Navigators and Arthur O'Brien. We all know Arthur and Fred, the Navigators, extremely, extremely well. Whenever they do play, they put on a fantastic show. Part of Rogues Malone now when they do their Irish shows. But on January 29th, to close out January, I had an interview with Arthur, and we were talking about the Rogues Malone special announcement for Paddy's. We're going to talk about that as we go through the year in review, the first half. Second half is going to be played next week. I cannot fit all this music into one show. With that said, January 28th, we had Dino Reed again, Melvin Russell, Mike Thomas with a new track, 2 new tracks from Nick Decker, and Peter Vance also featured in that as well. Again, I cannot stress enough on how freaking awesome the music was, and we just got through the month of January. So with that said, let's play the track from Mr. Peter Vance, his debut song. And that, by the way, I gotta backtrack a bit. If you know, when I play my New Music Mondays, I always open up with the theme, the song. But I also tell you that I never, and if you're watching for the very first time or listening for the very first time, I never pre-listen to a song. So most of these have been radio debuts, never played on the radio before, except on this show. Nick Decker, both of those songs, Peter Vance, Dino Reed, Mike Thomas, and Melvin Russell. Every one of those songs were radio debuts back on January the 28th. And I never pre-listen to a song because I want to be surprised. When I push play, I want it to be a surprise for when you guys listen to it, you know exactly what it sounds like when I hear it for the very first time. It's simple. And that's what makes New Music Monday pretty freaking special. So let's play Peter Vance's new song from January 28th. It is called This Side of the Blue. Jigs Reels Radio KW, the year in review of 2024 on MIX985.
Like to crank the classics, working on the best, but like gymnastics, waking up a neon buzz on a Saturday night.
Bow, 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 bow.
Some people like to diss the traffic, telling ghost stories in a
Bow, 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 bow.
take dick in the shit on 79.
I'm glad you tuned in, Ty. Your ears must have been burning. Your ears must have been burning, Mr. Sims, because I'll tell you why. Because you're part of the year in review, my friend. And why wouldn't you be? That adopted son that I never had. That's what you are, you and the boys.
Somehow I get lost on the highway, pedal down to a little town that I kinda hate. Some other place in another life. Sometimes I wanna hit the pavement, knock on the door.
There we go. There we go. All right. Buddy, you tell me, I got to get the dates from you because we're talking about this. If anybody's in Ontario, Rainer 74, fits bump to you, buddy. You got to let me know the dates that you're up here, buddy, because I'll hook you up with a couple of spots, you and the boys. I'll get you hooked up. Don't you worry. See, this is what I like too. I got my buddy Johnny on the other side. I got Wetter on the other side talking about very catchy song. All these songs you may not have heard, or if you did, you can't remember them. Because each and every week I play something completely different, right? So that's kind of what I'm doing here. And I'm looking through all these songs. Are you freaking, like I'm looking through these and I'm going, I want to play them all. I want to play each and every one of these because they're all bangers. But I can't because I only get 2 hours on a Monday night. The Side of the Blue.
Walked in a room and found people dancing around.
Here you go, Ty. Oh, Adam Baxter. Oh, hell yeah. I've got him in part 2 because he's released some good tracks in Adam Baxter. Speaking of the devil, big ups, man. Fits bump. Yeah, I got Adam Baxter in my second part of 2024 as one of my new releases is the year in review. Dude knocks it out every time. However, if you ever see him in some of his pictures, he's pretty sly. He's pretty sly on how he does shit. He's awesome.
And these are the words he said. Will you have this dance with?
Here's Fancy.
I really hope you do.
We all know that this is his sister Jackson. Ty and Jackson in the behind the scenes.
I think I'm in love with you.
Baby. Speak of the devil, Jackson. Hearing your voice, are you?
The man returned home after having the night of his life. It hit him.
The year in review, Gabby. The year in review. What would a year review be without some Salt Beef Junkies, man? Their debut album. Gina Roberts. Thank you.
So we went back to the room.
What's up, Dougie Doug Duggar?
And found her alone again.
This has got to be. Oh, already said that. I remember when I played this song.
So again,
Back on
he approached her,
in January.
and these are the words he said.
Oh, I already said that when I first played this song. A wedding song, hands down. Dance with me.
I really hope you
I wonder whose wedding song this could be.
dancing, won't you, standing all alone. I think I'm in love with you.
Sherry. Heard you play the guitar the other night there. You played it pretty damn good too, so I recorded it, and I'm going to play it on the show in a couple weeks, okay, Sherry? I already wore it, Angie. I heard Angie's got a bit of the Tom Sawyer. Her throat's a little Sawyer. She messaged me, said she couldn't talk. Her husband didn't mind, though, she said. I love bugging you, Sherry. One of these times, Sherry, one of these times, I promise, you're going to get over your shyness and you're going to get a song on this air. Just like when Judy Cumby said she would never get back into the studio. And look what she's done.
And every time he'd approach her, these are the words he said. Will you have this dance with me? I really hope.
Mr. Ron Harvey. And a happy new year to you, my friend. It is a pleasure to have an icon like you on the behind the scenes, my friend. I hope you're doing well. Fitz bump to you.
Will you
Have this dance with me.
I really hope you dancing, want you standing all alone. I think I'm in love with you.
Oh, wait. Yeah. Jigs Reels Radio KW on MIX985 from their debut album called Somewhere in Between, still available. My guys, if I had boys for kids, and I don't, but I've adopted them, they are known as the Salt Beef Junkies. The song is called This Dance Ty, and the Sister Jackson doing that track. And you know what? The album is phenomenal. So get it wherever it's sold in Newfoundland. You can find it online, wherever. Now that the mail is back up and running. But this dance, I said from day one when I first heard this, I said that is going to be a wedding song, and it should be a wedding song. Every DJ should have that in their arsenal. and suggest that to a bride and groom in Newfoundland. I'm being serious, because that song is, like I said, one of my favorites off of that album. Salt Beef Junkies, somewhere in between songs called This Dance. We also heard in that set Peter Vance, and the song is called This Side of the Blues. Salt Beef Junkies, by the way, are going to be in the Ontario area in April. We're going to work out some things to have them come in our way, which I'm talking about Southern Ontario, hook them up for a couple of gigs. Man, that would be a time for sure. Really, really excited for that. Again, the guys, they know how much I support them. Gavin, the dad, has got one hell of a great beard. I'm envious of his beard. But we talk about, that's the thing we have in common. When we get together, we talk about the beard oil, the beard balm and everything. And you know, his is soft and supple like mine. So we know we have that in common. 6:39 here on Jigs Reels Radio KW. It is the year in review part 1. Next week, it is part 2. I'm only going until May because, God damn it, there is way too much music to try and squeeze in 2 hours. We're going to take a quick break, come back with more great music. Rodney Slade, Porta Poutine, and one of my favorite, well, 2 of my favorite songs will be in that next set as well. Hold on.
In your home or an investment property, Eva is ready to help. Advice, extensive market expertise, and Canada's best real estate. Eva Munch, Remax Twin City Realty, all the confidence you need. Serving Kitchener, Waterloo, and Cambridge. Contact evamunch.com.
Hi, this is Barry Fitzpatrick, and you're listening to Jigs and Reels with Dean Clark.
Now this dude, I freaking love. Kim Hamlin. It's bumpy.
We waste all of our time getting wasted. Yeah, we live every day.
I get chills every time I hear this guy, man.
What's a job when a 9-to-5's overrated? Rather wake up in a trumpet at 2 p.m. They say we should grow up. Can't you find some love? Are we gonna do this the rest of our lives? 20 something cliche. We don't care what you say. You ain't gonna change our minds. We're just living on glory days. Light it up, raise a little more.
My good buddy, Rodney Slade. Highway. Then Reed Fancy, Happy New Year to you. See other good for nothings. Can't wait for him to launch some more freaking music.
What's selling? We ain't buying. Cause I'm down here, it don't look that great. Paying bills early night, sure sounds exciting. We got stories worth more than the 401k. They say we should grow up. Can you find some love? Are we gonna do this the rest of our lives? 20 something cliche. We don't care what you say. You ain't gonna change our minds. We're just living on glory days. Light it up, raise a little more. Every day's a long and Friday. Raise them up, life is a highway. Staying up all night, getting wild. Ain't no paycheck for this lifestyle. We don't care, go ahead, say something. We're the lazy and the good for nothing. Glory days, light it up, blaze a little Marley. Every day's a long and Friday. Raise them up, life is a highway. We're staying up all night, getting wild. Ain't no paycheck for this lifestyle. We don't care, go ahead, say something. We're lazy and
Good for nothings. There we go. All right, I got my music all set up. Glenn Royal, what's going on, my friend? Woo! Remember, share this, because the music you're going to freaking hear right now, ladies and gentlemen, is phenomenal. The year in review, 2024. talked earlier about Band of Brothers. You still on? Yeah. Jesse Smith. Merry Christmas to you, my friend.
Has been taken too soon by the ghost in the water.
Frankie De Silva, are you the one that I know?
If you stop and look around,
Did I come up on your FWP page there, Mr. Frankie?
there's a poison in this town,
One and only, brother man. Here's to you, Frankie.
and it's cutting people down.
All the way, buddy. All the way.
No race.
See, this is what I love about TikTok. Richard Dewey, yeah, buddy. So on TikTok, I got a friend of mine who, when Delaney was 4, we moved to a neighborhood in Waterloo. On the TikTok side, Mr. Frank De Silva and Pam, and of course the kids, Marley and Keenan. Marley, I see at the bar all the time. She's like my adopted daughter. She's probably one of the closest ones that I will always protect at the bar, like everybody else. But Marley I've known since she was 4 years old, and now she's same age as Delaney. So Frankie, you know that I've got her back and protect her at all times, my friend. I'm sure she's already told you that. But the joys of TikTok, he's just chimed on, so. And by the way, Richard Dewey, who's on the Facebook side of things, is this guy. Is this guy.
See the light of day. Ghost in the water keeps calling my name. Can't figure out what's happening. There's the people dying in vain. Ghost in the water.
I'm good now. So much good music came out, man. I love this recap because I get a chance to listen back.
Yes, I should feel lucky.
And there's lots of time tonight. Gert Campbell, what's going on, my friend, from Nova Scotia? Welcome to the team, my friend. You are a new timer on this. Spread the word, Mr. Campbell, Miss Campbell, the Campbells.
Just looking for the answers. So they didn't die in vain. Ghosts in the water keeps calling my name. Can't figure out what's happening.
Yeah, man, 324 songs.
People die in vain.
324 songs is what I played in my New Music Monday over the year of 2024. 324 songs, over 270 singer-songwriters out of Newfoundland were featured in the New Music Monday. 270. It's unbelievable, and I do not want that to stop. In 2025, I want to get over 300 or 400 new songs. I want to do over 400 new songs and over 350 new artists. There has got to be tons of new musicians coming out every time. So 350, 374, brother. 324 songs were played in my New Music Monday from January to December. Over 270 artists were featured. Some were doubles, but 270 artists were featured, Ollie. Crazy. I was sitting there doing that. Bonnie Tyler. How are you, Bonnie? You knew I had to put the porta poutine in this. You knew I had to. You knew I had to. Oh. Well, then you're still well part of this there, Gert. Port Saunders, Newfoundland. Anybody know where Port Saunders is? And over on the TikTok side, again, you're listening to the behind-the-scenes stuff. If you want to hear the audio portion, ckwr.com is where you want to go. ckwr.com. Up in the top right-hand corner, there's going to be a triangle. Like that. I guess that would be a triangle. Yeah, it looked close enough. Up in the top corner, that's where you click on, and that's where you get to listen to the music side of it. This takes care of all the behind the stuff. I've got Facebook and Facebook and YouTube up on that one, and I got you on this phone. Oops. Shit. What did I do with it? There it is. There we go. We're good. We're safe. Crazy. We're halfway through already. Halfway through. Cheers, everybody. Here's to a good New Year's. Tommy Tomster. How you doing, buddy? We haven't chatted in a while. Are you okay? Are you out of the hospital yet, Tommy? Jigs Reels Radio KW, MIX985. That is Port au Poutine. Very good friends of mine, Jenny and Axel and the Rosinol. Yes. C'est bon, a great song. 6:52 here on Jigs and Reels Radio KW. It is the year in review part 1. We are going to do 2 sessions of this because, as I was saying on the behind the scenes, if you're just joining me, I played in my New Music Mondays 324 songs from January 1st to tonight. Now, I do have a new song that I'm going to add in for next week because it's still technically the year in review. So, sorry, 325 songs. Lucas Snow sent one to me today. So 325 songs. Imagine 325 songs. And that's just in the New Music Monday segment that I play each and every Monday night. Talk about promoting Newfoundland talent. 270 musicians had taken part. Some were duplicated. Some artists have released more than one, but it was over 270 musicians that are taking part in this New Music Monday. You heard in that set, Porta Poutine, Rodney Slade, Band of Brothers, Salt Beef Junkies. Let's go back a bit. Salt Beef Junkies were in that set on February the 5th. Dave Fitz, DT Surgeon, Jason R. Martin, Mitchell's Theater, Nick Earl, Noel Canning, and Reverend Dave and the Sin Eaters did that. That was part of the February the 5th. Then we move on to the February the 12th. In that set, we had Andy Skiffington, Kane, Ireland, Mitchell's Theater, Teddy Rowe, and of course, Rodney Slade. The 19th, February 19th, we didn't have anything. So there was no new music on February 19th, but on the February 26th, you just heard Band of Brothers, Jason Walsh, Leo Wall, Porta Poutine, and the Reverend Dave and the Sin Eaters. They had an album coming out called The Live at the Garrick Theater. Great blues band. Mr. David Peddle is part of that. Also in February, the only interview I did was Andrew Rogers. We're going to come back with some more great music from 3 female artists that showed their stuff in 2024.
In Waterloo Region, one security every day. You can help change that by becoming a monthly donor to the food bank.
Whoop!
Waterloo
That's the one I want.
Region.
Nope.
As an E365
That one?
supporter,
Nope.
your monthly commitment
That one.
ensures nutritious
Scheisse.
meals every day of the year for neighbors in need. Plus, the food bank can provide 2 meals for every dollar you give. Sign up today at the food bank.
There it is.
/eat365.
All right, here we go.
Together,
Woo! Pikey. All right, we're back here on Jigs and Reels. So 3 ladies that are going to be featured in this next set. Judy Cumby. Okay, Judy Cumby is the future mother-in-law of my second cousin, Michael Lay. Judy and I met when I went to Newfoundland for the very first time after 20-some years. Her and I got to chatting at the Jigs and Reels bar up in Greens Harbor. She ordered a orange creamsicle drink. I always remember this. And then we got on. She said, oh, she was a singer-songwriter, told her who I was. And she's like, yeah, I've got one song. That was one song. That was done years ago. So I asked her, I said, how come you're not doing it anymore? She's like, oh, I don't know. And every time we'd had a chance to talk, I pushed her, I poked her, I prodded her. I said, listen, get into the damn studio because your voice is gorgeous. It's beautiful. And so she did. And guess where she went to record? Yes, at the only spot that the guy who helps me, the goat, the Midas man, who turns everything into gold. We're talking about my buddy Fitzy. So Judy Cumby released this song, her first song in several years, and I'm super excited to have this part of the year in review. The next 2 female artists, you'll know who they are. Touch of Class. We also had Asetha Power, Barry Fitzpatrick, Dave Fitz, Jamie Taylor, Kane Ireland. Again, we're talking about these new ones. March 4th was when this was featured in our new Music Monday. None other than Judy Cumby. Song is called Blessings. MIX985, Jigs and Reels Radio KW. Here she is. See, you can't tell me that the world isn't a better place, the music industry isn't a better place without Judy Cumby in it. I tell you.
My husband I adore and love so very thankful and grateful he's here. A role model, Martin Luther, my rock and soul beat. Look forward to more.
Oh, Tommy, good that you're home, buddy. Good that you're home.
Take time to reflect on the blessings you have. Life is too short, so live love and live.
Well, Mike, here's what I'm going to suggest you do. You're on the behind the scenes. Go to ckwr.com. The audio portion is there. This is in the behind the scenes, my friend. So I've got Facebook and I've got YouTube on the go. So when the microphone is off, this is when we get to kibutz and have a conversation, get to know who you are, get to know me, etc., etc. So Mike, go to ckwr.com and that's where you'll be able to do it. Oh, Brian, I just played Salt Beef Junkies. It's a year in review, so the songs are already going down. Just so you know. So Mike, do it that way, okay? Because again, like I said, I talk to the people on Facebook and YouTube, so we have that conversation. On the other side, I got Martha Corcoran. On the other side, Jeremy James. And on this one, I got Brian. Everybody's on this. So just so you know, Mike, just so you know. Life is too short. Judy Cumby is an awesome person, period. God damn it. There we go. I'm so glad that she went back into the studio and did what she did. And Richard, I appreciate what you do, my friend. I'm here for you, and I think you know that. I think everybody knows it. You bet, of course, Martha. Now, of course, if you love Newfoundland music, Martha.
CKWR-FM is now MIX985, the sound of the region.
If you like Newfoundland music, Martha, you need to go over to see on live365.com. Search for Jigs Reels Radio KW, and you will have 24 hours of Newfoundland music. Over 5,000 songs I've uploaded. Beautiful. Beautiful. Where the light filters in. My good friend, Miss Kathy Stock. And it's hard to find your way back home. Her debut song. And now she's with Hurricane Music. Oh yeah, Martha, and you're gonna hear so many genres. So pretty much kind of what you're hearing right now. This plus, like I said, almost 4,900 other songs, over 5,000 songs have been uploaded. You will have so much fun. You'll be going, oh my God, I've never heard that song. Or you'll be like, I haven't heard that song in a while. And of course, follow the page if you're not already. It's tricky to tell the west from the east when you can't see the forest. We all know, and I'll wait. Never been one to care for cliches, no matter what people say. Deep down, you know you'll be okay. I want somebody to tag Kathy Stock on there, please. On the Facebook, please. If you're lost in the woods and you can't find home again, look for a place in the trees where the light filters in. Kathy's voice is by far so different than what I've heard. It's very soft-spoken. We also know that she did the Cavendish Hilltop and Parting Glass. Where the light filters in. Back at you, Mr. Tommy Tomster. I haven't seen Fitzy on here yet. I hope you're okay, David, as well as Dougie. Haven't seen Dougie or a Seath on here. Hope you guys are okay.
There's a seat here tonight, the jukebox playing a tune above the wide silent light.
We all know this one. Hey, Rangers. 6678, what's going on the TikTok side of things? Thank you for chiming in. Remember, if you are on this, don't forget to smash that like button. Last week, I ended up getting 32 cents. Who made honky-tonk angels?
As you say in the words of your song, too many times.
Thanks, Rangers. They're all real. Oops, already used up. March 15th. There we go. We're good. That's it. Isaac Shanahan, buddy. Cannot wait for 2025. I think you might be featured in my second set, brother. Hope you're doing well, Mr. Shanahan.
From the stars, every call that's ever broken.
Part of the female music scene, my friend. I would agree. The queen of country music. The queen of country music. Kitchener-Waterloo. They're Rangers 6678. But I'm playing Newfoundland music, which is 2,700 kilometers away. Andy Skivington, you just missed the year in review, my friend. I'll give you a shout out. Yeah, so 2,700 kilometers away east is Newfoundland, and I'm playing Newfoundland music in all its genres right here on ckwr.com. So this is the behind the scenes. It's crazy. It's crazy how that happens. Jigs Reels Radio KW on MIX985, the queen of Newfoundland country music. I would say it's safe to say. That is a Seath of power, and it wasn't God who made Honky Tonk Angels. A Seath that came out with not just one, but two albums as of the 2024 at the start of the year. The Atlantic Queen and, of course, Newfoundland Country Classics. Great albums. She's online on Facebook. You can follow her everywhere. Please do. She will also be a part of the International Women's Day Festival that's taking place at the Dildo Brewery March 7th, 8th, and 9th. Next week, on next week's show, I will have some pretty big announcements that's going to kick off 2025. I'm being serious. So pay attention to that. And we're also going to have part 2 because I'm only doing this up until May. And then we're going to do June to December next Monday night because there's just way too much music to fit in. Kathy Stock in there in her debut song, Where the Light Filters In. She is now with Hurricane Music over there, producing and singing and releasing some amazing work. Parting Glass is her latest. Judy Cumby and Blessings kick that set off. Now, moving in, we also had when the light filters in, we only had 3 on that date on March 11th. Kevin Winters, as well as Black Gold, and then Kathy Stock was featured in that. Then, over the week after, yours truly, along with my buddy Johnny, went over to Newfoundland for Paddy's Week, and oh my, what an absolute great time that was. Had a chance to meet so many new musicians. Had a chance to go to Yeehaw, which is spelled O'Shea. Saw the Rogues Malone. Saw so many bands. Went back and forth for Paddy's. One of the best weeks I had. That was the first time I went to Newfoundland in 2024. There were 2 other times that I had the chance to go. See the Power track was also corresponding with David Kane, some more Maria Cherwick. Derek Strong had his new song out. Dermot O'Reilly and Fergus O'Byrne live at the Newfoundland Museum, as well as Matthew Cooper and Laura Hamlin. Those all kind of went through. In the month of March, we had Ward Pike as one of our interviews of Comfort Cove and Rogues Malone, author Thane Chase, and Kane Ireland was all part of that set when we played a ton of stuff. So now we move on. We're going to continue on, shall we? Moving into, I'm trying to think of what the week was. So we all know one of my favorite bands, Rugged Shores. Okay, they play at O'Reilly's on a regular basis. However, it was the fact that Mr. Evan O'Coin branched out, started this band called Midnight Watch. When I first heard this song, fell in love with it. I now know every word to every song on it. The album is called Ghost Hours. And what would a recap of 2024 be without my good friend, thank you kindly, Midnight Watch? For your time, wish you hadn't wasted mine.
Oh, I hate when the sun shines and it still rains. We were wine and cheap perfume. Rip my head, take my room.
Sasha Major, let's go.
I'm trying to break your heart. At least that's what you said. Should have believed you right from the start. Said I took you to bed. I thought that I could take our story.
This is one band I cannot wait to see when I'm home in Newfoundland. Thank you kindly for your time. Wish you had wasted mine.
Oh, hey, the sun shines and still rains. We were wine and cheap perfume. Rip my head, straight my room. So I think this in the bud for rooms.
I remember interviewing Evan about this song and about the band. And he said, thank you kindly is something that he always says. It's basically, oh yeah, hey, thank you kindly. It's an Evanism. Evanism. Yeah. I know, Evan, you're not watching, but somebody, man, I got to tell you, tag him. Tag him.
Thank you kindly for your time.
Wish you hadn't wasted mine.
Oh, I hate when the sun shines and still rains. We were wine and cheap perfume. Rip my head, you break my room. Sounded this in the bud for booze. Thank you kindly.
Thank you kindly.
Thank you kindly.
Thank you kindly. God damn, I love this song.
Thank you kindly for your time.
Wish you hadn't wasted mine.
I hate when the sun shines and it still rains. We were wine and cheap perfume. Rip my head, you make my room.
Such great words.
Thank you kindly.
Thank you kindly.
Thank you kindly.
Damn, what a great song. Love it.
Hi, this is Dave Fitz, and you're listening to my buddy Dean Clark on Jigs and Reels, the best in Newfoundland and Labrador music on CKW.
Kim Hamlin, if you're still on, you know I had to put you on.
Oh, I wrote me a song. I wrote me another, it was wasting the other. Oh, I wrote me a song. I sang my first song, thought it boring and long. Oh, I sang my first song. Got up on the stage, lost my courage and caved. Oh, I messed up my song. La 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 la. Then I picked up my pen and I started again. Oh, I picked up my pen. Wrote the lyrics down and I passed them around. Oh, the lyrics were down.
You're not talking about me, Jeremy. Hell no, man. Well, this is the first. I polished off 2 big-ass cans of Red Bull, and we're still got another 45 minutes before the end. Damn! Griff. My blood pressure's good. My heart rate is good. Wow. I don't know, after 2 cans of Red Bull, we'll ask later on how my heart rate is good. Blood pressure is good, though. Man, I am enjoying tonight.
When I got up on the stage, I was sure I was brave. Oh, I conquered the stage. There's one left to do, then an album or 2. Oh, an album for you.
Yeah, you know what? Replaying all these songs takes me back. Like, I can't. Such great. Like, I wish I could play all of them. So what I'm going to try and do, all the songs in 2 parts on the radio station on Live 365. I'll keep you posted because I wouldn't mind doing it for New Year's Day. Basically, all day of the new music that I played throughout the year. Now, of course, it'll be promoted everywhere, and I want you to spread the word that it's been done. La la. La 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 la. Jigs and Reels Radio KW MIX985. New Music Monday, the year in review. The Spirit of Surrender was the name of that album. Kim Hamlin and a song called I Wrote Me a Song. Again, one of the phenomenal, talented female musicians that are coming out of Newfoundland. There is so much that we are now going to do a celebration of female musicians of Newfoundland music, March 7th, 8th, and 9th, in correspondence with the International Women's Day that coincides on March the 8th at the Dildo Brewery, at the greatest brewery that I've ever been to. Phenomenal staff, phenomenal. Unfortunately, tonight Angie's not going to be on. She's got the Tom Sawyers from last week. It's still continuing, so to speak. But she did want to say that there is a sold-out New Year's Eve dinner, and Angie Bolke is playing up until 7:30. Then they're closed so their staff can enjoy New Year's Eve. That's the family attitude that the brewery has. Great people. March 7th, 8th, and 9th. More details to come. I got 25 booked female musicians. 25 of them already, of all genres, are going to take part over those 3 days. How crazy is that? So you just heard Kim Hamlin, I Wrote Me a Song. That was from the week of April the 8th. We also had, that was actually 2 tracks from her on April the 8th because there was 2 of them. And then Teddy Rowe was part of that as well. Let's move into the April 15th. There was tons of great new music. In fact, that's pretty much what it was. Dram and a Draw. We also had Ian Crew, Midnight Watch. Again, I had their other song in there as well. Randy Connors, Richard Parsons, Rugged Shores, brand new, and Tom Pinson and Wayne Morgan with Alicia Butt. Wayne Morgan in the studios of Fitz again, came out with a new one. Don't Take the Good Times for Granted. It was the name of that song. But one of the songs that stood out to me that I needed to get on is an accordion player that's got some rock and an attitude to it. He's part of a group called the Fausty Toutons. And if you ever get a chance to see him, they usually play at Aaron's Pub. And we're going to play a song here now from my guy, Mr. Salt and Pepper Cap himself, not Harry Hibbs, but we're talking about Kevin Winters and the St. John's Waltz on Jigs and Reels Radio KW on MIX985, the year in review, part 1. Listen to this accordion, man. And if you ever see them live, all of them, there's the Fausty Toutons. I'll tell you. Larry Skinner being one of them. They're old, man. Old, but I'll tell you, seasoned musicians. I'd say between all of them, similar to Hamilton Sound, they've got over at least 200 years of music experience behind them all. Yeah, the more I keep looking at this, so on April the 29th, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 songs played. And that's how I got to 325 songs played on my New Music Mondays. It's crazy. Hello, Esther. I'm glad you got it in. Oh, yeah. I never delete these, so you are all good, my friend. Ian Crew, are you still on here? I hope you are. You go from a traditional song like that into something like this.
If you come around Newfoundland shore, oh, you ought to come knocking on Holy Road's door. You'll meet some fine people, they'll make you a good day. Take you into the parlor for a fine cup of tea. Down in Holy Road, where the sweat chickens cook, and the oil refineries are humming away. The flame from the eagle across up the hill is the prettiest picture in Conception Bay.
Ba bum.
Dear Sir Hines, sir, how do you do? How's days for Brother Jim and old Tommy too?
That's the 15th. Oh shit. Okay, where's this one then? Ah, there's one. All right. Now I got her. Now I'm cooking with gas. Because that's why I was away. See, now I'm out of Red Bull. Damn it to hell. What am I playing next? Oh, yeah. We all know where Holy Rood is, I do hope. Been through there many a times. So I got my glasses. If you guys are trying to figure this out, I got my glasses. The arm is busted on it, so I got one arm. But because I got laser eye surgery done 23 years ago, so I can see far enough away. So all this is like far enough away, which is out of the range where I can see this. If it was closer, then I'd have to wear it like it was before. But it's just outside that range. Oh, pretty quiet there on the behind the scenes. Did you guys leave me? What is everybody's plans for New Year's Eve? Is the slush made? Did you guys make your slush? Is it ready for New Year's Eve? Where's everybody going? What are you guys doing? We got a pretty low-key night. Dana and I and Hunter. That's it. We'll be in bed by 11. I have to work today. Man, that was tough trying to get back into work. Work half day tomorrow. And then off Wednesday, and then back in for Thursday, Friday. It was tough trying to get back into work. I was off from last Tuesday afternoon. So nice. God, I got to win a lottery. Man, I got to win a lottery. I got to play.
MIX985, the sound of the region.
Hi, this is Dave Fitz, and you're listening to my buddy Dean Clark on Jigs and Reels, the best in Newfoundland and Labrador music on CKWR.
I know a place where the sun don't shine. People come from far just to stand in line and see a block of ice hiding beneath the fog. Folks there are nice, but you can't.
Is that what you're doing, Paulie? That's okay. I get it. Steve Button. The slush is on the way. But we had, oh yeah. This is going from April 29th when they released this song. I debuted this on the show. April 29th, dude. Like, that's how long this song was. And after this, of course, a great interview that I had with them. Oh, Esther's tying one on for New Year's at her brother's garage. Anybody going to be playing darts? Anybody got the dartboard on the go? I'm sure you got it at the cabin, eh? Up at the shed there, Stevie? What a great written song this one is. How about you guys on TikTok? Where are you guys spending New Year's Eve? Oh, am I going to get you to laugh again there, Stevie? You got to post that shit, because that would be so funny. And you know the story is true. There he is, Mr. Dougie Fry. Missed you tonight, buddy. Where have you been? Everybody good? You okay, bud? I figured you would be, Stevie. I know, right? Like, there's Dougie Doug. There's the Fry Man. I guess he's sad because the Cowboys lost yesterday. Maybe that's why he's not coming on. You know, I'm just thinking that. And my Dolphins won yesterday. So here comes that. Oh, dude. Silent to my son. Well, I'm glad you're in, Dougie. I'm glad you're tuned in. Silent of my. Jigs Reels Radio KW MIX985. The Year in Review Part 1. That is none other than Kitchen Party. Justin, Terry Lynn, and Tyler doing Who Knit Ya? Seriously, Who Knit Ya? What an absolute great song written by them. You heard their interview not too long ago on the show, the three of them, now part of Hurricane Music. Expect some exciting stuff coming out of them from 2025. That was Kitchen Party going back to April 29th. Had some great interviews in April as well. Going back to April 8th, Amanda Stone was on the show. April 15th, we had Mary Walsh. Yes, the queen of Newfoundland herself. None other than Mary Walsh. Now, I've had her on the show twice. And then April 22nd, I spent the week in Cuba, so there was no show, at least live in the studio. But, man, do I miss it. Oh, do I miss Newfoundland. I mean, yeah, Cuba and Newfoundland. And then the 28th, we didn't have anybody on that one on the 29th. So that's why we featured not only one, but we featured 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 songs out of that week. Asetha Power being one of them, the Newfoundland Atlantic Queen herself. Kitchen Party, Mike Thomas, Silver Wolf Band, This Day. 3 from Tony Randall, Wayne Morgan in there as well. Now, there was one other that I'm going to play who's spending his New Year's Eve at the shed. Going to definitely smell in some cold, salty air. This was the very first time I was turned on to Steve Button, who's on the behind the scenes. The Year in Review from our New Music Monday plays. 325 songs in total. Jigs and Reels Radio KW MIX985.
Back when I was a young boy.
It's hard to believe, Steve. Really hard to believe, dude, that this was like April 29th is when I first got your song.
Where they've been. When I get older, I'm gonna go out there in the
cold, salty air.
As a young man away from my home, away from the smells and the sound of my home, I dream of the day that I finally return with the smell.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Hey, Lorna. And back at you, Frankie. You and Pam's got to come out to the bar with Marley some night.
In the cold salty air.
How are you feeling, by the way, Lana? Are you doing okay this week? You better? Let's see. Oh, shit. That's not what I wanted. Oh, yeah, it is.
Growing up in the Cloville and a clear smelling grass and berries and fog in the close of the year.
Damn autocorrect, isn't it, Lana? Damn autocorrect. Horse dovers. You got some horse dovers on the go. Yeah, I'm sure it's an oops, Lana. I think I got to know you over the past few weeks. That's no oops. Remember those guys on TikTok? We do this each and every week where I do the behind the scenes. So when the microphone is turned off, we get to have some chatting going on.
Of my past, everywhere I look now, I can feel the smell and hear the cold salt the air. If I close my eyes, I can see all those long
Feeling something, especially what you're making. Or they're going to be feeling something, I suppose. Shit, what the hell's his name? Jacob. Jigs Reels Radio KW, MIX985. Again, we are doing the year in review of 2024. This is now taking you up to the end of April. We've still got the month of May to get through. And then next week, we're going to do part 2. That's going to take us from June until December. 325 songs in total have been played on the New Music Monday. 270 musicians, singer-songwriters, a lot of them debuts that have never been heard before. They were debuted on the show on a Monday, New Music Monday. So be sure to continue doing that. Music NL, by the way, of course, the arm and the leg of Newfoundland musicians to help fund and so on and so on. We'll talk about that because, of course, later in part 2, I was part of the Music NL Awards again for the Media Person of the Year nominated. Did not win, but that's okay because what I did win was meeting so many musicians and this is how I want to meet everybody and to play everything that I possibly can to get you heard and to hear great Newfoundland music of all genres. So you heard Steve Button and a track called Salty Air. We now move over to a guy who's now playing with Celtic Connection. When I first heard this guy, I thought, you know what? Every time I was looking at his videos and he made him look like he's larger than life. I thought this dude was 6'4", 200 and some odd pounds, massive dude. No, Jacob Earl is maybe about 5'9", 5'10". He's a bigger dude, but he's not as tall as I was thought. It's all about the camera angles. So when you guys are on Tinder or wherever, it's all about the camera angles. So Mr. Earl released this track. Him and I, good friend, as I do with everybody, released this song and he gave it to me to debut. The band is called Kick Flip Coliseum. Song is called Tragic Life of an Artist. Was featured May the 6th on a New Music Monday. This, you want to turn up. It is the Year in Review 2024, Part 1, Jigs Reels Radio KW MIX985. Oh!
I'm late for work, I slept in. Now my boss
Love this guy, man. Love this guy. Oh, Lana, look at you. Look at you. When I met this guy on George Street, just outside of Sleeves, we both ran into each other, and I swore I crushed him because I lifted him up and I gave him this big ass hug, and man, I almost broke him. Almost broke him. Great, great guy. And again, it's like every musician, Newfoundland. Look at. See, hey, nowadays you got to meet online. I'm not saying that at all. But did you both swipe right? Or did he fall in love with your hors d'oeuvres? Oh, yeah. Listen to the guitar work on it. Oh, I bet he does. Oh, here we go. I was waiting for you. I was waiting for it. We went from PG to R just by you coming on, Lana. Hey, Mr. Parsons. Welcome to the behind the scenes. How's it going, Dennis? So TikTok, somebody was talking earlier, Chris Brown was talking about Adam Baxter. This was taken from May the 6th when he released this track. This is how far we're going back. We're almost through the month. We're almost through the first half. And like I said, part 2 is going to be taking place next Monday night, 6 o'clock. That's going to go from June until December, including a brand new one that I got today from Lucas Snow. And back at you, Mr. Parsons. Fitz bump. Just to let you all know, when I start the next song, you're going to be staring at the chair. The Red Bulls are starting to kick in. I'm doing the pee-pee dance. Woo! You know when you were a kid?
Making bad choices. I guess it's what your 20s are for, but I regret it. I'm sticking with it. Now that he's don't work and I wanna get back to wanna get back to sin. Yes, I wanna get back to sin. Yes, I wanna get back to sin.
Jigs Reels Radio KW, MIX985, Adam Baxter, and a song called Kickin'. Brand new debut from him back on May the 6th. We also had in that Kick Flip Coliseum, Tragic Life of an Artist. In that week, we not only had Adam Baxter and Kick Flip Coliseum, but we had Alex Duffy Another track from Jason Gill, Jennifer Jane, Ken Tizard, and the music for Goats. Ken Tizard, been around forever. Reverend Dave and the Sin Eaters, again, another track that's part of the Live at the Garrick Theater. And Susan Lawrence, yes, she has been around forever. And I do thank Asitha Power for introducing me to her. She gave me a whole bunch of her music, and that is why that song, Ode to Black Velvet Band, was on that week. Yes, again, like I said, songs may have been released a long time ago or newly released and debuted. The fact of the matter is what qualifies them as new music for the New Music Monday is it's never been played before on the show. And I was introducing that music to you each and every Monday night. 325 songs. Can't get through them all, but damn, I'm trying. We've got another track from a very good friend of mine coming up next. That was done on May, what was it done? On May the 13th, on that Monday night. Hold on.
Funeral pre-plans? Consider this. As life changes, plans change too. So call Memory Gardens Funeral Home for a free review. Ensure your end-of-life planning is still everything it should be to best serve your faith, family, and finances. For a professional review or a free pre-planning kit, call Memory Gardens.
All right, and we're back on May the 13th. 4 tracks were played on the New Music Monday. Paul Brace talking about mental health awareness, a song called 9 Foot Rope. Silver Wolf Band, a land called Labrador. Dolly Dunn, and of course, none other than my friend, Mr. Jesse Smith. And this song called Headlights on Jigs and Reels Radio KW. The year in review of 2024 from May 13th on MIX985. All right, talk to the chair or talks amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. Oh. Hey, Zig. Oh. All right, that felt better. Woo. Those 2 Red Bulls before I ended up done, man, I'll tell you. All right. So Jesse Smith, as we all know, released a song, Everything Did, my friend. Thank you for asking. Thanks, Paul. I'm glad you're showing so much concern for me. All right, let's get the next one on here. We move into the May 20th already. That's crazy. We'll do this. So this is a song, okay, yeah. So this song, of course, as we all know, was recorded in none other than Fitzy's studio. Again, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the behind-the-scenes footage here on Jigs and Reels Radio KW. you're listening and you want to listen to the music side of it, ckwr.com is where you want to go. There was so much music released in the month of May. It was so tough to try and select four songs out of the week, out of the month. It was crazy. Okay, so that will go to that, and that is 3 minutes, 4, 5, 4, 5, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, and this, how long is this track? 5, 6, 7, oh, that'll work. There we go. Oops, wrong one. Oh no, I'll do this. Headlights. So Jesse Smith, of course, is on the one of the tracks, one of the charts. Doing well, and I'm thinking it's for this song as well. He took part in the 2024 Jigs and Reels Jam on the Rock, which, of course, is changing its name for 2025. It's now going to be called the Showcase on the Rock because that's what it is.
We're listening to Jigs and Reels with Dean Clark.
Son, today your life changed. Everything got rearranged. It takes a lot to change the world.
Okay, that's right. And we saw good old Mr. Craig Whalen from Heart's Desire. I've known this guy for years when I used to go home. Plays a lot at the Dildo Brewery. If you ever get a chance, go check him out. The song was a song dedicated to his granddaughter. Oh.
You have to be.
2:27. That's perfect. You're on time. There you are. How are things off the shore on the Grand Banks? You're a little ways out there. You getting into okay there? Coming in really well. OTR. This guy, if you ever want to follow a page, I'll tell you, On the Rocks has got it going on. You got to follow his page. Wicked page on Facebook and on Instagram as well. Tries to stay up to date as much as possible being out there on the Grand Banks. How is it out there? Everybody good? I'll give you a big shout out there. So there's going to be about a minute and a half, almost 2 minutes of music. I mean, of commercials. It'll get you transferred over. There we go. We're good. Yeah, 30, 60, 80, yeah, minute and a half. Christina Bishop. Well, I can probably hook you up with him. Like I said, he's from Heart's Desire, a little older than I am. Known him a long time. His parents just lived up the road from where my grandparents is. La, la, la. Jigs and Reels Radio KW on MIX985. That is a guy from Heart's Desire, Trinity Bay. Mr. Craig Whalen. Get that name. Remember that name. Catch him at the Dildo Brewery on a regular basis. Craig Whalen, She'll Only Be a Baby for a While. From the Me and the Legends album that he released back in May of 2024. The song is about his granddaughter. I chose that one because, of course, my two daughters, she'll only be a baby for a while. And that is true. Enjoy those moments because they grow up so fast. And then the attitude kicks in. And you can never get rid of that attitude. Also on May the 20th, Lucas Kettle, Laura Hamlin, Mallory Johnson, Andrew Rogers with his debut album, a couple from him, Damian Follett and Summer Bennett, her latest. So it was one of those things where I had so much trouble trying to figure out which song I wanted to choose from May the 20th. Again, this is the year in review 2024. It is only going from January until May. Next week, we continue on with June to December. And of course, next week, two huge announcements of what's going to be taking place in 2025 with Jigs and Reels Radio KW and another collaboration with something else. I can't tell you and go into details too fast. It's going to happen next Monday night. So I've got one final song. There were three interviews that we did in May the 6th with Canada's Got Talent finalist, Matthew Cooper. We also had with Violet on there as well. And Greg Wells. We all know who Greg Wells is. That interview is phenomenal. I cannot wait to have him on the show and talk to him for the full 2 hours. He is the music producer, the guy behind the movie Wicked. Yeah, from Winterton, Newfoundland is where his house is. So, also got to remember, ladies and gentlemen, that 2024, we lost a lot of people, a lot of family members, and those are friends of ours. So please keep them in your heart as we celebrate New Year's Eve and bring in a new year. Remember them. Remember those that we did lose and lost in 2024. And again, many, many thanks to you for bringing in my third year. On January the 3rd, it'll be 3 years that Jigs and Reels Radio KW 2.0 has been on the air. It's hard to believe that it's been 3 years. So we got one final track. This is taken from the May 27th, the final Monday of May, from my good friend Alex Duffy. We're talking about Heard You Want to Dance on the year in review on Jigs and Reels Radio KW. All right. Well, that was a lot of fun. That was a hell of a lot of fun, if I do say so myself. We do this again next week, part 2. It's hard to believe that part 2 is going to be next week already. That is something. All right. This guy produces his own stuff. Good night, Dougie Fry. Happy New Year to you all as well. Dougie, heart is with you, my friend. Heart is with you, buddy. Lots of things to look forward to in 2025, bud. I know you got darts next week there, buddy. Steven, happy birthday to you, brother. May you have a good time at the shed. Hard to believe that 2 years. Hey, you too, my friend. Be safe out there on the Grand Banks, will you? And thank you for tuning in and always being a friend. Put that there. I'll take these. Oh, come here. All right. Jigs and Reels Radio KW MIX985. That is it. That'll do the part 1 of the Jigs and Reels Radio KW year in review. I'll be back again next Monday night for part 2 of this. When you hear the fables heave away, you know you're listening to Jigs and Reels Radio KW on MIX985. So until next Monday night, to those that are on the Grand Banks, like my guys on the Rocks, may you be safe. May you all be safe. And until next Monday night, may God bless you. May God bless the tropical island of Canada known as Newfoundland. Happy New Year. Be a safe one. Good night. All right, you guys over here, I appreciate the love. Good night. All right, guys. And you guys over here, same to you. I wish you all the best and Happy New Year.